The iPhone 14 is already getting a bad rap. Reviewers are saying it's barely an upgrade over the 13 while saving their praise for the Pro models with the new dynamic island. But most reviewers don't have the time to tear down these phones and see what's really going on the inside. Apple won't even let them open up their free review units. But we're not most reviewers. What if I told you that this boring, iterative, already forgotten iPhone 14, not the Plus or the Max, is the phone that you should be buying? Because it turns out that the feature that is most exciting about this phone is one that Apple didn't tell anyone about. Before we crack into this phone, let's take a look at these preview images courtesy of Creative Electron. Right off the bat, we see some interesting gaps where we'd normally find the SIM module. What's waiting for us there? Let's find out. The two pentalobe screws come out and the phone goes on the heating mat. Some quick prying action gently separates the screen from the body. Using a pick, we make our way around the screen, being careful not to nick the flex cable. Open it like a book and that's new. There's supposed to be a battery in here. Instead of internals, there's this big expansive metal shield. However, we can still access the connectors to remove the display. Now that is a major change. This will really streamline screen repairs. But how do we get into the rest of the phone? Well, almost every Android phone in the world opens from the back, so let's give that a try. Throw the phone on the heating mat and use a suction handle to separate the back from the mid-frame. There's some promising new flex, and boy are we excited when the back does start to lift. An opening pick makes quick work of cutting through the glue, and this time we open to the right, revealing the view we were expecting to see under the display, but mirrored. What an extraordinary change. Apple, the company that designs products that are as walled off and impenetrable as possible, has gone out of its way to make this phone easier to repair. And it's all down to this back glass, which up until the 13 has been one of the most expensive and difficult repairs possible. Like, so hard you need this fancy laser machine. Apple has been charging $600 for the repair, which is so steep that most of us just skip the fix and put tape on it. But now, if you drop your iPhone 14 and crack the back glass, for the first time since the iPhone 8, you can fix it. And unlike an Android, you can still replace the screen with ease. It's the best of both worlds. Honestly, I could stop the teardown right here and I'd be happy. This discovery is amazing. It can't have been easy to design a phone that's accessible from the front and the back, all the while maintaining the ingress points, the antennas, and still making a more repairable phone. It looks the same as its predecessors. This is impressive stuff. Apple deserves a gold star for this. But let's keep going deeper. We remove the brackets and screws for the charging coil and battery connector, and the two cables can be disconnected, freeing the rear glass. Next up, we undo the screws and flex cables for the Taptic Engine, and remove a further 7 screws to take out the lower speaker assembly. 2 pull tabs at the top of the battery, a little alcohol to help loosen things up, and the battery comes out clean and easy. Pop these connectors up here and we can remove both the front-facing cameras and the main rear-facing camera assembly. The upper speaker comes out next, revealing a standoff as the last holdout securing the stubborn logic board to the mid-frame. If you're wondering how all of this works and what chip is responsible for which function, well, you'll have to wait just a little while, because we're also working on an iPhone 14 Pro Max teardown that'll be publishing in the next couple of days. Apple has made a huge design change to its lineup that goes well beyond the incremental changes that we've seen in previous models. The ability to remove both the screen and back panel addresses one of the main repairability challenges with the iPhone. Since the 5, they've used the design optimized for the 2 most common Apple Store repairs, the battery and screen. The disadvantage of the front-optimized design, of course, is that it's harder to replace the back glass panel. This new design solves that problem, but it wasn't easy. Achieving the high levels of durability that we've all come to expect, including drop resistance and torsional rigidity, is an incredible engineering challenge. When you drop an iPhone 13, its metal frame absorbs that shock, transmitting and spreading the force across the glued-in battery and sturdily adhered rear glass. The iPhone 14 meets the same challenge in a different way. The new mid-frame sits between the display and the guts of the phone and takes the brunt of force distribution across the frame and battery. Another problem they had to solve while separating the back panel is RF. The incredible wealth of antennas that make modern 5G, GPS, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and satellite all work in one device require extensive grounding. 10 new electromagnetic interference fingers connect to contact points spaced across the rear panel to preserve grounding that was previously accomplished with welds. This new mechanical architecture, combined with the parts and manuals that we expect from Apple soon, are huge repair wins for the iPhone 14. But of course, that much good news can't come without a major downer. We're hearing reports that Apple is continuing their hostile path of pairing parts to the phone, requiring activation of the back glass after installation. Why in the world would you need permission to install a sheet of glass? Using software to prevent the replacement of components with aftermarket parts gets a big thumbs down from us. These locks are frustrating and ultimately futile. This is the most substantial iPhone redesign since the 10. It's hard to understate how big a change this is. Samsung hasn't changed their phone architecture since 2015. So, with the biggest update in years, we're upgrading the iPhone 14 to a repairability score of 7 out of 10. That's the best score we've given an iPhone since the iPhone 7. This is the most repairable phone that they've made in half a decade. It's such a big deal that it should have been Apple's main announcement. They've redesigned the phone from the inside out to make it easier to repair. In fact, just days before we started this teardown, iFixit's very own Sam Goldhart argued that in this day and age, a product launch shouldn't be about ticking down tiny new features. Why isn't Tim Apple bragging about repairability? We had no idea this was coming because Apple didn't mention it at all. But they should have. All of our and your work has paid off. Our advocating and lobbying has paid off. We've convinced Apple's design team that repairability matters. Now we need your help to convince their marketing team to talk about it when they take the biggest stage in tech.